So the next part, we're going to connect each of these LEDs to this common ground right here, this minus sign on the battery. One of the things to watch out for here, especially more so than any other part, is to make sure that you don't connect the glove to itself. It's very easy here to actually accidentally connect the two. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a 2 to 3 foot length of thread with your needle, and knot it at one end and the thread at the other. And then we're going to take our battery and the fabric, kind of pinch it up, and then just stick this through until we hit the knot right here, and then go through a couple more times. Oops. Sometimes the hole can be hard to spot. There we go. Here, if you run out of thread while sewing these together, don't worry, you can just start at the last LED you got to, and continue going. And we'll just connect this minus here. We are going to pinch that up and just grab it like this. You want to make sure your stitches aren't too fine on this part, because we're going to be running another thread up this way, and you're going to want to be able to cross over it like this, or under it like this. So you want to make sure that you leave long-ish stitches and don't stitch too fine. And sometimes your thread may come off your needle. Once again, you just re-thread it. And continue on. If you make a mistake though and you aren't able to fix it, one of the best ways, like if you accidentally sewed the glove together here, the best way to fix it is to actually cut the thread and start over. Otherwise it becomes really hard to actually fix. Trying to pull the needle through and unstitch it all. So once again, we're pinching, pulling through. And continue along this way. So I'm still being very careful not to stitch it together. Oh, and the glue hasn't stuck very well. It's really just to try and keep it there. Now remember, we're connecting these so that way we can run electricity through them, through this thread, this wire. The glue is just there to make sure that it's easy to connect the wire to the, or so that the elements will stay in place while we're sewing them in. Alright, so once we have this hole gone through a couple times, we're just going to go down this side here, right here, and kind of run parallel to the speaker when we get down there. I've accidentally tangled the thread, so I'm just going to try and figure out where I did that. Right back here. I'll just pull through. So don't try and go so fast that you get everything all tangled up. Slow and steady is the way to sew. My thread has come undone again, so we're just going to reattach this. Alrighty, whoops. Oh. Alright, so that's reconnected. Then we're going to take this and knot it again. Connecting it right here. Just go right up before this and right through here. Alrighty, so those two are connected. And I'm just going to cut this excess. Now all of our LEDs have a common ground. I'll come back to this one. Next we will be connecting the LEDs one by one to the board.